Ropp Star Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone in here. Make sure you do these three things. That's all that I ask that you, ladies and gentlemen, do. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. We got Marcos Cash in here. We got Warwalk. We got Dougie Fresh. We got Gold 5. We've got Marcos Cash. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream. All right, so we're going to break this game from front to back. We're going to talk Bears. We're going to talk Panthers. We're breaking it all the way down. I mean, from beginning to end, it's going to be a good show today. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I'm prepared today. Yesterday, I was having a lot of technical issues, but hey, we're here. It's all good. These things happen. So again, appreciate everybody join the live stream. Again, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe. That's all I ask. A live goal of 100 likes or more. Like right now, I just want to get 25 likes right now. All right. If we can get that, then we're going to move on to 50. We'll move on to 75 to 100. And then once we reach 100 and beyond, we just keep going. All right. We can do it. I've seen these live streams go to 100 plus. Okay. So do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button. And if you want to go the extra mile, feel free to become a member today. Also, feel free to join the Discord. That link tree is down in my bio. And also, shout out to BetUS, their sponsorship of our live stream. Also, follow me on all my socials. I'm very active. TikTok and my Twitter or X. I do a lot more NFL content on there than I do on YouTube because I can only post like shorts, that are like a minute. So most of my shorts are NFL and Carolina Panthers content. So make sure you follow me there because we don't want to miss out on some of that. Shout out to Roundtable Sports. Week 5 preview came out, and also and if you missed the live stream, don't forget to go check it out. That was this past Tuesday. What's up, Mr. Germ? All right, nice. We got some people in here. So let's see here. I want to get a poll. I want to see who do y'all think is going to win this game? Who will win this? Well, let's do week 5 matchup. We'll go Bears, Panthers. We'll start that poll. And let's do the Q&A question of the day is final score predictions. There we go. All right. Perfect. Hold on. I think perfect. Okay. It is mirroring the camera. That's good. All right, let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's break it down. All right, game preview. Let's get it. This is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed today's show and presentation. Of course, as always, make sure you smash that like button. All right, let's get into the first things first. We always got to get into the injury reports, man. The Bears have their second. This is actually the most up-to-date one I've seen. You got the Panthers on one side over there, as you can see. I might have to make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see it. So let me see if I can do this real quick. All right, let's do that. Well, let me edit myself here. Let me move myself around real quick. I'm going to move myself around here. That way, I'm not taking too much of the space. This shouldn't be too bad, right? Let's edit that. Let's edit that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That should be better. Yeah, that's better. All right, I moved myself down here at the bottom right, as you can see. All right, so here we go. Got some injury updates for you right now. We're gonna break that down right now. Let's get some vibes going. Let's get some vibes going. Turn that down. All right. So we got some injury reports here. Basically, let's start with the Bears first, okay? I'm going to be real, though, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the Bears 2-2 just dropped their injury report. This is the most up-to-date one heading into week 5 against us. It's more of the same, a couple key injuries, but, hey, there's some good news buried in there for them, too. So I'm going to break it down. I did go and do my I did my research on the Bears injury reports right now. 2 players didn't even bother showing up to practice. Defensive tackle Zach Pickens has a groin injury. Terrell Smith, cornerback's got a hip injury. So Pickens is looking like he'll be out for the 4th game in a row. So I don't count seeing him out there for Bears fans. Another thing is, when it comes to this, Terrell Smith, he's likely sitting out of his 2nd game straight. So the Bears defense is a little thinner than it needs to be, especially in the trenches. Now, there's some kind of okay news for the Bears, and that is Kevin Jenkins, ribs, was back at practice. The guy's basically been held together with duct tape, in my opinion. He just can't seem to stay healthy. But he's got rib issues. Right now, he's day-to-day, so we'll see. You also got return specialist for them, DeAndre Carter, ribs as well, who was limited in practice, but at least he's doing something. You got defensive end, Montez Sweat. He was out there, limited as well. This is from Thursday now. I don't have the most up-to-date version. All right, this is what I'm just going based off as of right now. So no one wants to deal with the Montez Sweat, but Sweat can get out of if he can get on the field Sunday, that's a big news for the Bears on Sunday, which I think he will. I think Montez Sweat, based off the reports that I was seeing, he will play. Now you got tight end Cole Kmet, full participant, so he's probably good to go. I don't wish injuries on anybody, but it doesn't help us when they are going to have some key players back. You know what I mean? Also talk about Marquise Haynes signing, my guy. Signed to the practice squad this morning. I saw that, Doug. I saw that. I did. I saw that. I saw we signed him. We'll talk about it here in a minute. I mean, it's like we're just desperate at this point, Doug. We're desperate. It's kind of sad, honestly. It's kind of sad. I hate to be that way. I just think it's kind of sad. That's all. That we're having to rely on a old friend, I would say. It's the best way to describe Marquise Haynes, an old friend, to come back. But we'll see. Maybe he can pull something out. I don't know. Maybe he can help in the rotation in that pass rushing room. I mean, and also the guy, can Marquise Haynes stay healthy? That's another thing, Doug. Like when he's on the field and he's healthy, he's pretty productive. We saw that last year. But, I mean, I don't know, Doug. Again, it's like we're pulling at pieces. We're trying to find pieces, and I don't know if it's just going to match up. It doesn't matter to me, honestly, who we bring in at this point, Doug, because we just don't have the personnel to run a 3-4. Yeah, I mean, Doug, that could be a possibility. I mean, he knows the scheme, luckily enough, so that's positive news, but can he stay healthy? I think he's a guy that could get you 4 or 5 sacks. But he's a good insurance piece for DJ Wonnum, I'll admit for that. But I just don't know how much is he really going to give us? How much is he really going to give us? So Cole Kmet for the Bears is full participant. He'll be good to go. He's a reliable tight end. So the Bears still got some guys limping around heading into week 5, but they also got some guys, hopefully suiting up like Jenkins and Sweat. And then of course you got Kmet coming out there. So we got to keep an eye on this injury list as we get into Sunday. We'll just see. Now, when it comes to the Carolina Panthers injury report, we're banged up. All right. Now, I don't know how bad Robert Hunt's hip is. He's been limited a participant. Damian Lewis's elbow, he's been limited as well. I don't know what his elbow looks like right now. So these are the guys that are holding that offensive line together. Who's been giving Andy Dalton enough breathing room. And we talked about it yesterday. My hot take with them was they're a top 5 offensive line right now. So Chandler Zavala will fill Lewis if Lewis isn't good to go. Zavala looked good last week. He only allowed that one pressure. So he didn't totally suck. If Lewis can't go, then it looks like obviously we'll be rolling with Zavala. As for Hunt, if his hip gives out, you got Brady Christensen, or I think you got Jared Kingston will get the call. So considering how this team loves to test the depth of their roster, for some reason, we'll probably see both of them in action at some point because we'll see what Robert Hunt's injury looks like. Right now, based off of Thursday's injury report, Josie Jewell did not participate. Shaq Thompson, he's done for the year. Andrew Rhyme is dealing with a concussion right now. Miles Sanders has an illness. Maybe he's got a cold. Maybe he's got a plague. I don't know. But he's plagued this running back room and our cap space with his terrible performances. He has had some life lately, but we'll see how that transitions right now. Jalen Coker, foot. I'm not too sure what's going on with him. Tommy Trimble, once again, a knee issue. Like we need any more tight end depth problems. You got Taylor Moton, rest, at least. It's mainly a non-injury related thing, so I'm sure he'll be fine and good to go. When we talk about limited participation, Deontay Johnson ankle, not ideal. For us, for a guy who needs to, be out there. Charles Harris shoulder, another body that'll probably lose mid-season because he's not performing well. Robert Hunt, yeah, again, already covered this. We'll see. Elbow, fingers crossed for him, or Zavala's back in. Nick Scott shoulder, another safety. Going down, dealing with some issues. Shy Tuttle foot. Nick Thurman, I still think is better at his position than Shy Tuttle is. So, that's just me. Lonnie Johnson hip. Ian Thomas calf, still dealing with that. Dane Jackson, we'll see what if he's going to be ready to go. Again, we got some guys coming off of long-time injuries like Dane, Ian, who have been, dealing with the long-term injuries. You got Jadeveon Clowney, who was a full participant. The only guy who actually but he took a break on Wednesday. Troy Hill, rest. It was a rest day for him the day before, I think. Yeah, day before. And then O'Shawn Robinson was rest as well. So we got a lot of injuries, man. That is a stacked list over there. That is a stacked list. That is a stacked list right now. So everyone is banged up on other teams as well. Today's the day for the real look at the injury report. Yeah. Yeah, today, as of right now, this is just based off of Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, again, I don't have the full list, the today's list yet. Obviously, because it hasn't came out yet. So, we don't know what that injury report looks like yet. We don't know what that injury report looks like yet. Let's see here. All right, let's move on. Know your opponent. Know your opponent. Let me move myself out the way here. Let me move myself out the way. Let's go over here. Let me get out the way. Actually, let me edit this real quick. And then go all the way down. We'll go right here. Go here. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll hit save. Update layout. All right. There we go. All right. Know your opponent. All right. Chicago Bears. All right. We're heading there. Carolina's heading to the Windy City. We are not at home. That's why we've got the Bears Stadium in the background. For our second year, face off against the Bears second year in a row. Here's the kicker. This Bears team is nothing like the one that we played last year in November. A lot has changed. Since then, the Bears drafted Caleb Williams as their shiny new number 1 overall pick. They've stacked their defense, and now 3 years deep into the Matt Eberflus, or however you pronounce his name, experiment. So if you think you're going to waltz into shoulder, we're just going to waltz into shoulder field and face the same team we lost to last year, I say think again. But I want to tell you what we're up against here, okay? Caleb Williams. Let me just say this. He hasn't wowed me yet. I still believe, but I'm sticking with my take that Jaden Daniels is going to be the best quarterback, and that's coming to fruition as of right now. Caleb Williams came into this league with all this kind of hype that would make most of you guys piss their pants. And why not? He won a damn Heisman at USC. I give him that. Looking like an absolute cheat code on the field when he was at USC. But there is a reality check here. He's been human so far. In his first 4 games, he's thrown more picks than touchdowns, 4-3. He's at 787 yards with a 61.7 completion rate, which is honestly isn't screaming savior just yet. The wild part, though, here is when Williams has to do less, the Bears seem to win. And the case in point, in week 3, he threw the ball 52 times for 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also had 2 picks. And the Bears lost. In week 4, he dialed it away back, only going for 17 for 23, 157 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and the Bears won. All right. So here's the lesson here for this kid is that he's no longer in college, where he can play Superman, carry a team on his back. Here, he's got a defense and a special teams that can bail him out. And his job is just not to mess that up. Right? Their head coach nailed it after week 4 win, saying that he was better because he looked downfield for shots. And when they weren't there, he took the check down. So he's got to keep improving every week. But protecting the football is the quarterback's number 1 job, and he did that. And that's what his coach said. So in other words, Williams is learning not to shit the bed. It's baby steps right now for this kid. It's baby steps for Caleb Williams right now. All right. I still don't believe in this whole thing about bringing in a quarterback and start him out, week 1. I just don't. I still believe in the whole Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love kind of ordeal where these guys sit back and do their thing. But that's just me. All right. Let's talk about that Bears defense. here's the thing about this year's Bears. They actually can play some defense, which means Williams can afford not try and be a hero. That's what I'm getting at here. All right. They have a very good defense, as you can see. Top 10. They're 10th in the league right now, based off of PFF records. Okay. Now, around the league, they've got them currently 11th in the league and overall. PFF has them higher by 1, but they're giving up only 295 yards per game. They've been better against the pass. They're ranked 7th and allowing just 174.5 passing yards per game. And that's where they really shine, is taking the ball away, right? The Bears are +2 in turnover differential. They're tied for 6th best in the league, and they've already snatched up 8 takeaways this season, which is the 3rd most in the NFL. So they've grabbed every fumble that hits the turf and picked off 5 passes. Safety Jaquan Brisker leads this wrecking crew with 35 tackles. It just sealed a win last week by picking off the Rams in the final minute. Up front, keep an eye on Jervon Dexter. All right, he's got 3 sacks in 4 games, so we'll have to be looking. And I know he's got to be looking at his chops at a chance to put the pads and add to those stats. I'm sure the Bears think our offensive line is shaky, but it's really not. Bears fans, just so you know, the Carolina Panthers have a top 5 offensive line in the NFL right now. Okay, so it's not going to be just the old offensive line that you saw last year. Okay, the money was well spent. The money was well spent. All right. The money was well spent on that offensive line. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Once we get through this, I'll open up the chat. Let people think, or let people come in. Maybe if y'all want to come in. All right. All right, let's get into another thing. I want to talk about DeAndre Swift, and I'm not talking, and the Bears are Swifties now, and I'm not talking about Taylor Swift. I'm talking about DeAndre Swift. All right, Swiss Army knife for this Bears offense. I think this is the guy that is their not so secret weapon. All right, he is their Swiss Army knife, though. All right. He leads the team with 161 rushing yards, 53 carries. He's got 13 catches for 118 yards this season. He's also averages 9.1 yards per reception. So he's basically a get-out-of-jail-free card for Caleb Williams when the deep stuff isn't there. Now, with DJ Moore, rookie Roma Dunze pulling the defense deep, Swift is freak to leak out of the backfield, catch short passes, and then do what he does best and make defenders look stupid in the open field. Now, no one in this Bears offense has touched the ball more than DeAndre Swift, except Williams, of course. Now, Effortless raved about Swift's work ethic, saying he's been busting his ass to figure out how to take his game to the next level. And after asking his coaches, even Effortless himself, for feedback, Swift took that advice to heart. And so far, he's turned into a solid performance so far. All right. Swift isn't out here making highlight reel plays every down, but he's doing the little shit right, and it's paying off. All right. That's what he's doing. I think we're walking into a buzzsaw in Chicago. I do believe that. I think Caleb Williams might not be the finished product yet. He's learning. All right. He's got a defense that has his back if he screws up. And the Bears, ladies and gentlemen, aren't a team that they were last November. Okay. And we got to figure out how to get to Williams. And so, and some other things that I want to discuss when we talk about our defense and how we can match up well with them. All right. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, smash that like button. I appreciate that wherever you're watching. If you're on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate that. And if you're on Twitch, come on over to the YouTube channel. That's the best way you can show your support. I greatly appreciate it. So. Let's see here. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about that Panthers offense. We're going to talk about that Panthers offense. We're going to break them down today. Let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. I would not be surprised if this offense goes off this week. I feel like we are literally on the verge of having like a breakout game for this offense. Some of you may disagree. Some of you may not. No, here we go. There we go. I'll just do that instead. See how that goes. All right. So the Bears, Panthers. All right, first things first for this offense, okay? They got to start off fast. All right, don't screw it up. Like, Andy Dalton, basically when I say the Panthers, a.k.a. the Andy Daltons, have been shockingly good at starting games. They've marched down the field and open drives, even getting stopped at the 1-yard line last week. The plan, do it again, but this time, for God's sakes, let's score, okay? Get the Bears play catch up, because all we know is Caleb Williams crumbles when under pressure, all right, behind that glorified turnstile they call an offensive line. All right, he's already tossed 4 picks this season. Force him into more. He's ripe for it. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. From an offensive standpoint, we got to go down there. Just go ahead, punch him right in the mouth. Okay. Next thing, let Chuba cook. Let Chuba cook. The Bears defense can stop the pass, but their run defense, not so much, okay? Their run defense is a little suspect. They've let Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams run all over them, nearly 5 yards a pop. So, which Chuba Hubbard right now is averaging 5.4 yards a carry. It's time for Chuba Hubbard to eat. He's been on fire lately thanks to Dalton's surprisingly functional passing game. So keep feeding him. All right, keep moving the chains, and maybe, just maybe, he won't have to watch Dalton throw into double coverage too often. Now, we don't need to get too cute with the passes. All right, let Chicago's secondary's legit, ladies and gentlemen. They've snagged 5 interceptions already this season. All right, they can't rush the passer for shit. All right, their top guy might not even play with a bum ankle now. We'll see. All right. I'm not going to say he's not when we look at that injury report from Thursday. So we'll see. Today we'll really find out if their top edge rusher will be available. Dalton's job is simple. Just don't be an idiot. Take care of the ball. Only go for deep shots when it's there. You can make big plays. And don't get cocky and start chucking 50-50 balls, because Chicago will pick you off faster than you can say. The same thing that this fan base was saying, which was bench Bryce Young. All right? So don't do that. Don't come out there and start doing some craziness. trying to fix this thing here. Another thing. I think we got to feed the ball to Xavier Legette, ladies and gentlemen. He showed some serious potential. Last week, he got caught. He caught a case of the drops, like he was allergic to catching anything in crunch time. The kid's got talent, but he just needs to grow a pair, build some confidence, and the only way to do that is keep throwing him the ball. He's the best shot this team has at some explosive play, so let him prove he's not just a one-hit wonder. I think Chicago's defense is the toughest one that Dalton's going to face. Okay, all right. So yeah, this game's probably going to be ugly. I don't expect a high-scoring shootout. This is going to be a grind that might actually help the Panthers, who seem to thrive in these low expectation, gritty matchups. And Dalton's proven he can move the ball, at least for now. So as long as the Panthers stick to the plan, don't self-destruct, they can walk out with this with a win. At least they won't, or they at least won't embarrass themselves badly as usual, as they have done in the past. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. We'll go with that. Wow, we've got 15 votes saying already the Panthers are 80% to win in this chat right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's move on to the defense. Let's talk about it. Panthers defense. We got bad news. The Panthers are screwed at linebacker. Shaq Thompson is done for the year. Josie Jewell's going to be out. So, and we got Trevor Waltz, a rookie third rounder, calling the shots on the defense. His partner is a undrafted free agent called in Churlis, who got most of his experience running with the second and third teams in preseason. The Panthers' run defense is already leaky, but now it's like trying to plug a hole in a sinking ship with duct tape. So if Wallace, Churlis don't step up fast, the Bears will feast on this ground game, man. And how these two perform won't just affect this game. It could set the tone for how the defenses look the rest of the season. So right now in that linebacker room, to me, doesn't look good. All right. This is DJ Moore. Is this DJ Moore revenge tour part 2 for him? You know, remember DJ Moore, the guy that we shipped off as part of the Bryce Young trade? So he's back, and this time he's bringing Caleb Williams. And the QB, the Bears, snagged with that first overall pick, the one we basically handed to them. So if you didn't already feel bad about that trade, let me remind you, we gave up DJ Moore, a buttload of picks, and the number 1 pick in 2024 for Bryce Young, who hasn't exactly lit the world on fire. I know it's painful. I hate to bring it up, but last year DJ didn't do much in his first revenge game, but this time I'm sure he's ready to make us pay. I don't know how good. Actually, I don't know. I think DJ Moore had a good game against us last time we played them. I don't remember. But I part of me thinks that he might not have had. I might be speaking too soon. But the Bears also, they have Keenan Allen. All right. They also got Roma Duzier. So J.C. Horn. All right. I think he'll shut down one of them. Mike Jackson. We'll see. I don't know if Roma Duzier is going to torch him. Which means Troy Hill would have Keenan, right? Because isn't Keenan in the slot? AOL Instant Messenger. Oh my gosh, that's got to be Mad Chatter. He changes his name every stream. Is Keenan Allen in the slot? Right? And it's Duzier on the outside. I have to look at their roster. Let me look. Yeah, it's Allen in the slot. That's what I figured. Allen in the slot, a Duzier on the outside. Yeah, Keenan Allen has to stay healthy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Keenan Allen has to stay healthy, but he is in the slot. So Troy Hill will be on Allen. Obviously, J.C. Horn's going to be on DJ Moore. And then, of course, you got Mike Jack on Roma Duzier. All right. Again, this is a hell of a trio of a wide receiver room. Okay. We got torched last week by T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. We'll see. I expect more. Listen, I expect more out of this secondary. Okay. You cannot let Caleb Williams look comfortable back there. And this defense isn't exactly set up to stop him right now due to the injuries and the not existing of the pass rush. So let's talk about the pass rush or the lack thereof, because we had a decent game against the Raiders, but was that just a fluke, or is the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line just better? Like, Joe Burrow had all day to throw, and he threw 4 straight touchdown drives later. The Panthers were already in the dead water in that game. So the pass rush is weak, plain and simple. We go out, we sign Marquise Haynes. Again, it comes down to Marquise Haynes being able to stay healthy. He's a guy that can get you 4 or 5 sacks, knows the scheme. He's a good insurance policy for DJ Wanu. That's it. Okay? So we'll see. But we have to, they have to blitz to even get near the quarterback. And that leaves the secondary exposed against the Bengals. That's what we did. We got torched by Burrow. We only had 2 quarterbacks hits. We had 0 sacks. So no wonder they lit us up. The good news is you're going up against a rookie quarterback. And he's got a lot to learn. So the Bears offensive line isn't exactly great. So maybe we can scheme up some pressures and force him into some mistakes. Let's be real. I expecting this defense to generate consistent pressure is like hoping for a miracle right now. So don't hold your breath. We've got a rookie calling defensive plays on our defense. Is hanging by a thread. DJ Moore's probably drooling at the thought of lighting us up. If there's ever a time for someone to step up on defense, is now, because the game could get ugly fast. It could get ugly fast. Get 1 thumbs up. That's what I get. What's up, Toxic Black? Good win for your Falcons last night. What a game that was. Doug, I agree. We got to work. Definitely tackling's a huge one. They look similar. They do look similar. It's kind of funny how that works. It's kind of funny how that works. It's kind of funny. Let's see what this looks like. All right. I'm in front of Trevor now. But see, that's the problem right down there, ladies and gentlemen. Points allowed on this defense. Look at that. We've allowed 129 points this season. That's 32nd. Puts us dead last in the NFL. It's an issue. It's an issue. Final prediction. Final prediction. Let me move myself. Let me move me around again. Final prediction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I think this game's gonna be ugly. The Panthers, we've been a hot mess. We stumbled through the start of the season with Bryce Young looking like a deer in headlights. You bring in Andy Dalton, the old-timer who's somehow given this dumpster fire of an offense an absolute turnaround, a pulse. He's not a savior, but at least he knows how to keep the damn wheels turning. On the flip side, you got the Bears who are slowly clawing their way out of mediocrity. Thanks to Caleb Williams showing some flashes. I will give him that. He has shown some flashes, but the numbers aren't looking too good. More picks than touchdowns, so that is an issue. Problem is that their defense of theirs is about as stable as a Jenga tower in a hurricane. Like, they've got a great secondary, but everything else is kind of what we've been dealing with. They might be able to run the ball well, but stopping anyone, I don't know if they'll be able to stop our run game. Here's the thing. The Panthers aren't great. They've got enough juice with Dalton to take advantage of this, of Chicago's defense, I think. Okay? Chuba Hubbard averaging 5.4 yards per carry. That's what their defense is allowing. Feed Chuba in this game. All right? Dalton isn't flashy, but he's steady enough to move the chains, keep things turning and not turning it into a total disaster, unlike someone who's sitting on our bench. Now, the Bears defense is their anchor here, okay? Caleb Williams is talented, but his defense can't hold the fort down all game long. All right, so if our defense is able to get to Caleb Williams, put pressure on him, we go down, first drive of the game, we go down there, punch him in the mouth, put the pressure on Caleb Williams, you can win this game. I think with Dalton and his old man experience, that gives us an edge because he knows how to pick apart sloppy defenses. And no offense, I do think the Bears defense is better than ours, but they've just been sloppy if you go watch their games. I still think they got a better secondary than us, and that's fine. But they haven't been able to stop the run, and Chuba Hubbard's been on back-to-back 100-yard games. And he's averaging 5.4 yards a carry. I think Dalton's smart enough to take care of the football, not make as many mistakes as Caleb Williams will. It's going to be gritty. I think it's going to be close to I think it's going to be a close game. But in the end, I think that the Panthers will grind this one out. Mainly because really, the Bears just can't get out of their own damn way. And I think Dalton will do just enough to edge out that win. And Chicago's defense will choke when it matters the most. So I'm taking the Panthers 23, Bears 20. I think it's a field goal game. So that's what I see. All right, I'm going to open it up for you. Dougie. What's up, Doug?
What's up, my guy? I sound kind of congested, so I don't know if I'm gonna be talking too much. But nah, I'm laughing whenever you say I'm gonna open up. I was like, I already know who he trying to open it up for. But nah, I'll say this, man. Like, really, what have the Bears really shown you this year? They played like I wrote the comment before you dropped the link. They played a depleted Rams team. A lot of teams that are not supposed to beat the Rams are beating the Rams right now because they're depleting on the offensive side of the ball. Um, when they play Indy, I think they played Indy the week before. Caleb Williams didn't look good. So for me, I mean, he's going to have blunders right now because he's a rookie. But at the same time, the strength of that offense is a defense. I mean, the strength of that team is that defense. But when you have a veteran like an Andy Dalton that still has juice in the arm, that still thinks he can be a starting quarterback for a lot of teams around the league, I'll take Andy Dalton against most defenses. If you look at it last week when we played Cincinnati, it wasn't on Andy Dalton. Like I said, a key factor for any game going forward is tackling. Like I said, with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, tell me that either one of them have over 100 yards. No, neither one of them had over 100 yards. So outside of that one play where Jamar Chase took it to the house, what did he do the whole game? Absolutely nothing. But you can't take away from what he did do because of our poor effort. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like a give and take. It's almost like a balance being like, we caused ourselves to lose that game. We went for it on 4th and 1, didn't get enough push, and what happened? So that's what I'm saying. Not really. I mean, if you really dial it back, this team is very competitive. This team really could have won that game last week. So I just disagree with you on that one about the whole, it can get ugly. I don't think it can get ugly because again, you have a competitive team that's willing to fight all the way to the clock hits zero. So that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, but here's the thing: it could get ugly quick, like how the Cincinnati game gets. I could see this being a case of the same thing. Like I could see. Here's the thing: I could see it being the case of the same thing, like the Cincinnati game, due to the fact of our number one, our secondary got torched in against Cincinnati. All right. Number two, we weren't able to stop the run. Like Chase Brown and Zach Moss were able to do what they want.
That what I would say. When have we been able to stop the run since Evero's been here as a D coordinator?
And we weren't able to do it against them.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I could get ugly real quick.
I'm reading the chat. I'll say this real quick. Broski Bear and I think that's GC.
Yeah.
Tell me who played for 49ers when they played that game. Because they didn't have Christian McCaffrey. They didn't have Debo. And I think that's the game Jennings went off. So really outside of that, that was the game that the 49ers lost.
Hat Chatter goes, I withdraw my thumb. Clay didn't acknowledge. I said, I mean, if y'all want me to start acknowledging y'all's comments, because I get so many, start just putting super chats. Because like I'm not going to sit here and just read every single chat. But no, I mean, here's the thing. You're right in that aspect of things. Now, here's the thing. Again, I think it's going to be close. Again, I do think that Carolina is. There's certain things that Carolina has that, I think that the Bears don't, and I think it just with Andy Dalton at the quarterback position kind of edges out Caleb Williams because really, even though Bears fans say, "Well, we beat the Colts," he threw for 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, 106 rating. But other than that, that's only one game that he's really wowed you in. Look at Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is doing that almost every single week.
And Broski Bear is funny, man. He was like, that's a dumb take. The thing for me is, I'm just trying to understand. I didn't shun the Bears at all. I just said, what have they really done? They're a defense-led team.
They are a defense-led team.
I didn't shit on your team at all. I basically just stated a fact on who leads that team. If you really think Caleb Williams has done something this year, please tell me or hit the link and let us know, because he was supposed to be this generational talent that comes in and takes the Bears over the top, but he has not done that. And that's what Clay just said. Jaden Daniels has been that quarterback that has taken his team over the top. Yes, it's still early, but again, I haven't really seen that wow factor that they said that they saw at USC with Caleb Williams. But it's still early.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Bears defense, that's the only thing that scares me is their secondary is like, I think it's one of the best in the league. I will say that. With the talent they have on that secondary, it is. DeAndre Swift though needs. I think if I was a Bears fan, I would want them to use him more. I don't think they use him enough. That's just me.
Bear, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
So. Matt Chatter, where's Wanham? I don't know. We don't know if he's going to be playing or not yet.
No, I don't think he's playing, Clay. He's not even clear. He hasn't even practiced.
Yeah. Well, I thought he was supposed to be suiting up, but I guess they're taking him off IR this week.
They haven't opened a practice window for him yet. Him or Brooks.
Okay, he's on. Marco says he's on PUP. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, I mean, again, both teams are dealing with injuries. I mean, it seems like Bears have more of the silver lining. They've got some guys. The only really guys it seems that's going to be out for them is Zach Pickens and Terrell Smith. It sounds like Tevin Jenkins, like I said earlier, Tevin Jenkins, DeAndre Carter, and Montez Sweat seem okay. Looks like they'll probably get the nod to go. And, of course, they get Cole Kmet back. Cole Kmet will be probably will be available. On our end, it seems like I think we'll have a full. The biggest one for me is Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. What are we looking at?
They're fine, Clay. Clay, when you did that, I'm like, Clay is taking it.
I know it's limited participation, but you still got to think about it.
But he did that last week, and what did he do?
I know.
Robert Hunt did that last week.
Didn't play. Damian Lewis didn't play.
But no, Damian Lewis didn't even practice. But he's out there in that brace, so that's where I'm saying I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah. Again, I just think offensively, the bottom line, I think bottom line is that for us, like, I said it earlier, I think Chicago's defense is the toughest one we'll face so far. Out of all the teams we played so far, I think that the Bears defense is going to be the toughest one.
And then Broski Bear, I would agree with you on that point. That's the reason why I said I think Swift has definitely got comfortable in this offense more than Caleb Williams. And one of our weaknesses is our run defense. So I would expect Swift to have a better game. But again, look at the quarterbacks that we played. You played a Derek Carr. You played a Justin Herbert. You played a Gardner Minshew. And you played a Joe Burrow. The three quarterbacks that have beaten us, two, we had a quarterback for the Carolina Panthers that's not starting anymore. But then you look at a Gardner Minshew and a Joe Burrow. Yes, Caleb Williams can do what Joe Burrow did. But do I expect that? No, because he's still a rookie. I haven't seen it yet. But if I've seen it like what Jaden Daniels has been able to show, then I'd be like, yes, Carolina's in trouble. But again, that's just my feel on it. I just have not seen him have a wild game where I say he's just going to torch the Carolina Panthers. I just have not seen it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the only one is the Colts game. But again, the Colts aren't a team they're not shocking anyone right now. They're not a team that I think the Colts are going to lose to an 0-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Jacksonville gets their first win here.
They're going to be very desperate.
Yeah, it's a team that's very desperate. Again, these teams that are very desperate, look at Cincinnati last week. They won. I still think the same thing with honestly, GC, that's what I was alluding to earlier. The less that Caleb Williams throws the ball gives the Bears a better chance of winning. That's what I said earlier. Like Broski Bear wants Caleb Williams to throw the ball, but when he's throwing the ball more, he makes more mistakes, and y'all lose the football game.
Yep.
So that's what I don't understand with some of you Bears fans. Is like, yeah, he's gonna light it up. Why would you want him to throw the ball more? I would rather you run. If I'm a Bears fan, I'm wanting to run the ball against our defense because we can't stop the run. We haven't been able to. We never have.
We had the wrong personnel to stop the run. That's the
but when y'all the 2 games y'all won, look at how many times Caleb threw the ball. He's only thrown it 25 times or 20. I think it was 23 times against the who was it against? Y'all he went like 17 for 23. Good Lord. I got to look it up now. Let me go look at Caleb Williams real quick. He threw the games y'all won. Trying to look at what he threw. I can't freaking find it. Wow. Why would I want him to throw? Seriously, he needs to keep developing as a passer. This is only going to be his 5th start. Let's open it up and see what he can do. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, would you rather him do that and lose the game, or would you rather be smart and win the game and run the ball more? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you want him to open it up, but when they try to open it up, he throws picks. He sometimes still thinks. I think the problem is with Caleb Williams. I think he still thinks that he's at USC. That's what I think. And then he makes mistakes. He threw 363 against LA. Yeah, but there was the games that he won is what I'm saying is when the Bears won. When he threw less, the game they won.
They won last week with him doing that though.
Let's see. All right, so the games y'all won. All right, against the Titans. Let's see how many times he threw that ball. Okay, first game of the season, y'all won that game. He threw it 29 times. He went 14 for 29, only 93 yards. A 28.5 QBR rating, 55, okay? Against the Texans, all right? 23 for 37, 174 yards. 2 interceptions. He was sacked 7 times, a QBR of a 21.6, and a 51 rating. Colts. Okay, here's the Colts game. 3 for 33 completions, 52 attempts, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, QBR rating of a 35.5. And a rating of a 80.2. Sacked 4 times. Still lost that game. Rams game. 17 for 23. 57 yards. A touchdown. Sacked 3 times. A rating of 106.6. And a QBR rating of a 39.
Although says she wants Bears are going to raid the pathetic team, and Kay will have. Okay, bet I don't got nothing else to say to Broski Bear. Broski Bear is really a troll. I don't understand why he even follows Panther content creators. So hey,
I just let him in here so he can troll. I let the trolls troll in my chat. I mean, I've kind of just let them do it.
I don't got nothing else to say about it. We'll see Sunday. That's my final take on it.
I just let them troll, man. I just let them troll. Because at the end of the day, with the football will talk for itself. At the end of the day, I just think that, you know, for offensively, Carolina, that's all they need to do. Defensively, defensively, again, I still think Chicago is going to be the best defense we've faced. I think it could. So far. I think, again, I don't expect a high-scoring shootout. I don't. Because if you look at these games, each and every one of the Bears games is 24-18, 21-16, 19-3, and 24-17.
And you honestly think the Bears defense is better than the Saints defense?
Secondary-wise, they are. You go look at that Bears secondary. Right now, the Bears defense is based off of PFF. They've got them ranked the 10th best defense in the NFL.
And I think the Saints are higher than them. I'm saying overall, though. Which defense would you take? That's what I'm saying, because that Saints defense is kind of nasty.
So what you're saying is the Bears are due. God dang it, broski. I don't know. Clay, is Marquise Haynes good? He's been on this team last year, man. Like I said, he's an insurance, or me and Doug said, he's an insurance policy for DJ Wondon. Yep. And he knows the scheme. That's it.
Till Wonnum comes back, he's a good insurance.
BBG's right. I mean, this is a game that I will say this. This is a game that Caleb could produce. And honestly, he probably should because of our defense. So I will say that, because we don't have a pass rush, and the run game, we can't stop the run, which means if you can't stop the run, it's going to open up the pass for Caleb. And then that's when things can get ugly. That's where, that's where I was thinking. Right.
All right. So let me ask you this: over 2 turnovers for Caleb Williams on Sunday? Yes or no?
But again, you could also make that case too, though, Doug. Again, with this secondary, you could make that case too. I think our secondary is better than what people think. Now, again, we got Jordan Fuller out. We've got Nick Scott dealing with injuries. I don't know what's his. Does anybody know what his injury update is?
Nope.
The last thing I saw for Nick Scott was that he was limited participation. So it's another safety issue there. That's what
did you say yes or no?
What?
Over 2 turnovers on Sunday.
I think you can make the case that he does that too.
So is that a yes or no?
I think our secondary, again, you're going to have Troy Hill on Allen, but he hasn't really produced. At least I haven't seen. Based off their wide receiver stats, it seems like Caleb likes to go to Odunze. No, he likes to go to Moore, but he likes Odunze more than Keenan Allen. So Allen really isn't someone I'm worried about, except, Troy Hill. Troy Hill's got to be better at tackling. But his top 3 guys are Moore, Dunze, and Kmet. So Kmet could have a good game if Trevor Wallace is going up against him, or one of the, depending on the
safety. Don't sleep on Trevor Wallace.
I know.
Don't sleep on him.
Dunze is going to be on Mike Jack probably, and you got DJ Moore going up against JC Horn. It's an interesting matchup from the corners to the wide receivers perspective. It'll be interesting. That's all I got to say.
Broski Bear, you repeated the same comment. Broski Bear is funny, bro.
And then we got a John Harbaugh in here. Bears 31 to Panthers 10. It's all I'm going to say is this: from the offensive side, I think Dalton has proved that he can move the ball down the field with this offense. And as long as he sticks to the game plan that they've been doing and they don't self-destruct, then they can walk out with this a win from an offensive standpoint. From a defensive standpoint for us, we've got a rookie coming into the linebacker room. You got an undrafted free agent linebacker coming in to fill in for Josie Jewell's shoes. I mean, our run defense is hanging by a thread. So if I'm the Bears, you run the damn ball. DJ Morse is probably chopping at the bit to get back at us for trading him. I don't know. I don't even know if there's any like hostility there. But if there's ever a time for someone to step on our defense, it's not because it's now, because this game, again, I think this game could go either way. I think it's a 50-50 game, in my opinion. I see that, and I can see it getting ugly fast, but I could also see it where Caleb Williams throws 2 picks.
He won't say it, Marcos. Like he talked so much ish last year when we had Bryce, but he won't say Caleb's not looking like he needs to look right now.
Again, if I'm the Bears, all I'm going to say is you run the damn ball. You run the damn ball. I think it's 23-20 Panthers. I'm taking it. I'm edging it. I think Dalton will do just enough to edge out the win. I think Dalton's experience will edge out the win here, and Caleb Williams will fold. That's just me. And then y'all can thank us later so that you can get your head coach fired because your head coach is ass. Because we all know that Effortless is not that very good of a coach.
He should have been fired this offseason.
So, just saying. PBG says DJ Moore is happy he got traded. Probably. I hope they come out and throw it 50 times. I think, again, another thing is if we come out and drive down the field like we did against Cincinnati and punch them right in the mouth and automatically put the pressure on Caleb Williams, that's an automatic statement. And then you can do the rest from there. But that's what I want to see. A Keebler elf. I've heard Broski Bear say Keebler elf a lot. I've heard Keebler elf a lot. Does this change any? Oh, it does. It changes into circle. Now we got StreamYard doing circles. We got squares. And then we got the regular. It's interesting. Did not know that we could do that. All right. Well, Doug, I think we've got it. It seems like we've ruffled enough feathers. All right,
it's only one person's feathers that we ruffle. This Broski Bear. He can't take it. He can dish it, but he can't take it, so it's cool.
It's his favorite snack. What's his favorite snack? Oh, a Keebler elf. Marcos Cash, is that what his favorite snack is? That's messed up. Oh, man. Our defense is already just lost 2 starters on their team. We'll just see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm picking the Panthers to win. I think the more experienced quarterback wins the game in the end, is really basically what I'm saying. But I broke it down from the Panthers, the Bears defense, their injury report, their offense from the beginning. If y'all joined late, I also broke down the Panthers offense, Panthers defense, and then gave you my final score prediction. So, again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Doug, appreciate you coming in, man. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, smash the like, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, y'all know what to do. Keep pounding. Peace.